Good evening, everybody. Welcome. We're going to talk about field organizing today. Field organizing, what it is. It really means about getting out the vote. Field means identifying the voters, where they're at, and how we can get them to vote. And I have on the line our two field organizers, Ken, who's been with us before, and Barry. Come on in. If I had a sound effect button, I'd press the applause.
Well, thank you for having us.
Hello.
Ken, hey, Barry. Ken is out there in Batavia. I don't know where Barry is exactly. I can't remember.
I'm in East Aurora right now.
Man, we have East Aurora. It's got great support in East Aurora, don't you think?
Yeah, I see the signs everywhere. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I got to go out and see the Moomon spider. Did you see that?
I think I've driven past it.
Yeah, there's a big, huge spider they have, and it was on the news. It's amazing. And in front of their home, and it goes down. And they're kind enough to fill their signs with McMurray signs, too. So we had the extra publicity from that, and I thought that was really fantastic. So what is field? Ken, why don't you go first? Tell the folks at home what field is.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think you said it best when you explained it just a minute ago. It's about talking to people, listening to them, and hearing what they're saying and driving them out to vote. We're doing that by calling people. Normally we'd be doing canvassing and going door to door, but due to COVID, we're doing a lot of talking on the phone this time around.
Hold on a second. Can you guys keep talking? I'm gonna get something I want to show off to the people at home. So getting people out to the actual polls, and what we do is you go through the voter lists and you look at the likely voters, right? The people who are most likely to reach us, and we want to contact them, preferably multiple times, to remind them to vote. And then if we're lucky, we move beyond that to the less likely voters, people we want to activate to make sure they vote. Correct, Barry?
Yeah, that's correct. So that's what we're focusing on right now. We're actually focusing on our lower turnout voters or our undecided voters, and trying to persuade them to vote for Nate. So these are folks who don't show up to every election. They have more sparse voting schedules, or they tend to not vote along the party line consistently. So we are making calls every day.
How many undecided voters do we have? Excuse me. How many undecided voters are out there still?
That's a good question. I think that Hunter probably would be the best holder of that.
And not a firm number. Hunter is the head of our field operation, and he's doing a great job. But just a soft number of how many we have. Like approximately, is there a lot of people or not a lot of people? Because I keep hearing that there's not that many undecided voters left on the news. What is your anecdotal opinion? Look at that. How about that?
Yeah, my anecdotal opinion is, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ken, but in my conversations with people, it's that there are some undecided folks, definitely, who have been amenable to persuasion. And then there's a disappointing on the election, and they don't want to hear anything about it.
Oh, they're just burned out.
They just don't want to vote at all. They're completely, they have the voter apathy, and they don't want to hear the word campaign or election or politics at all whatsoever.
I'm sorry, I'm displaying this beautiful pumpkin from a person who does care about politics. Look at this. Isn't that cool? I love Halloween, and somebody in an event in Caledonia made these yesterday, and I was so impressed, and they gave me this one, and I had to show it off to the people at home. And this is definitely whoever made the host of the event in Caledonia made this, and this is the opposite of voter apathy. But I'm hearing in some quarters that we're going to have 90% voter turnout. They think they may have 90% voter turnout in D.C. You think we're looking at those type of numbers here, or what are you guessing? Don't worry, I'm not going to hold you accountable if it's way off. What do you think, Ken?
I mean, that's what we're trying to get, right? We want people to express their voice, and I think that in talking to people, once we're able to talk about the issues, whenever we talk about healthcare, people get excited to vote for that. So, hopefully we can get to 90.
Well, listen, I want to make sure everybody at home knows. I'm going to say it to you right to your face, everybody. My opponent has been anti-healthcare for his entire time in office. He helped block the New York State Healthcare Act. He was instrumental in stopping it. Did you guys know that? You too?
Yeah, I actually, when I was working and living in the Catskills, I had submitted testimony on behalf of my Young Farmers chapter in support of the New York Health Act. So that's something I'm really passionate about, is healthcare for all of our New Yorkers and hopefully everyone in the United States.
It's something I've been always talking about since my first days in politics, and he has been the opposite of it. He voted against COVID sick pay, but also as a New York State senator, he was fiercely against health care and the New York State Healthcare Act. I mean, I don't know what he can say about healthcare because he's been against it his entire political career, and he's been in office his entire adult life. Yeah, it's sad. I think people keep asking me about my stance on healthcare like it's radical. I'm like, is there anything more radical than denying people healthcare in the middle of a pandemic? And to you guys, to both of you, I'd like to say this: if you look at the United States through the perspective of selfishness and every man for himself, providing healthcare or education or anything really to anybody besides your own immediate family may seem logical, but it's so illogical when you realize that we're in this together. And the pandemic makes that blatantly clear that if we're spreading a virus that we do not have a cure to, and the virus can be spread to our neighbors very, very easily, well, maybe it makes sense to figure out a way to make sure our neighbors have health care so we can prevent the further spread of the virus. Same thing goes for education. If you look at education as a way of investing in your future only, and not in bettering the country and making sure we have people who are good engineers and good farmers like Barry, or good medical personnel, then you would make sure you invest in healthcare if you want all those things. You want to think about the common good. But my opponent has never done that, and he has got a career of not doing it. Have you guys paid attention to his voting record at all? Sorry to get off on a tangent. His voting record in Congress?
It's pretty sad and disappointing, which is why we need you, Nate.
Well, I just want to make sure people at home know what we're up against. He literally voted against the defense spending. He voted against numerous bipartisan proposals, including the proposals to protect the national parks. He voted against just pay raises for service members. He voted against very basic anti-discrimination laws. He voted against and of course the infamous mistake vote for the post office. He's had a career. His first law that he proposed in Congress is to destroy labor rights and the rights of under the scaffold law, which most unions are against. And that's why as far as I know, not a single labor union endorsed him. Not one. Not a single one. Ken, sorry, let's get back on topic. Field. How can people help out with Field?
Yeah, we've got a ton of events coming up. We've only got 18 days left. So we're going to try to do everything we can to contact as many voters and drive out the vote.
But what are those events?
Yeah.
Like a nitty gritty. What can people do?
Yeah, we've got a few things going on tomorrow. If people want to get out there and get outside, we're going to be doing some lit drops where we're dropping off like pamphlets and brochures about you and some other local candidates. And we're going to be doing that in Hamburg, Batavia, and Victor tomorrow.
So if you're in Victor or you're in Batavia, so Batavia, you're running that, Ken?
Yeah, I will be there. Yeah, it's going to be.
Where are they going to meet?
Yeah, it's going to be at 11:30 tomorrow morning in Batavia in the at the Genesee mobile office, which is currently located in the Save a Lot parking lot in Batavia.
Save a Lot downtown. Meet there in the parking lot. You're going to get together. They're going to give you your assignments. We're going to socially distance. We're going to wear masks. Take our literature, drop it off at people's homes. That's what we're doing. How about where are you going to be in Victor tomorrow? Where are people going to meet to do this?
In Victor, we're going to be meeting at the Busy Bean Cafe at 10 o'clock.
Okay. And then in Hamburg, is that where you're going to be, Barry?
So Hamburg, yep. So, and I think you'll be there too, Nate, right?
I think so. 10:30 tomorrow?
Yep, 10:30 Hamburg at our office, 6050 South Park Avenue. And what's great about the Hamburg office is that we'll also be stocked with yard signs and some t-shirts, some pins, and some other swag that folks can have access to. And we'll also have office hours. Yeah, we'll also have office hours. I'll be at the Hamburg office on Sunday from 11 to 2. Folks can stop by, they can chat, sign up to volunteer, and then they can help themselves to yard signs, t-shirts, pins, etc.
Thank you for doing that, Barry. I want everybody, I want every single one of the rally signs out. I want all the signs out. T-shirts, I want to hand them all out. So please come to the offices on Sunday. What time again?
From 11 to 2.
So Sunday, 11 to 2 in Hamburg. Come. If you come and you want a sign or you want some buttons or you want a bumper sticker, you're going to get it. Come tomorrow at 10 o'clock. We'll have the same thing. Hamburg, 650 South Park. It's in the back. We're trying to clear it out. There's nothing left after this. We're going to get rid of everything. I want people to take the rally signs, the Nate McMurray rally signs, the paper ones, put them in your car window, put them in your house window. We've probably lost $5,000 worth of signs, either from people losing them or from them being stolen or whatever else. We need you to get your signs, get those rally signs in the windows. We still have thousands of those. Come get them. Sunday, Barry's going to be there from 11. I'm going to be there tomorrow at 10 for the lit drop. If you want to join us for the lit drop, come on out. We don't do that many in-person events anymore, but tomorrow's an in-person event in Victor. We're at the Busy Bean, you said, Ken?
Yes, Busy Bean Cafe.
10 o'clock. 10 o'clock in Batavia at the Save-A-Lot. 10 o'clock, 10:30 rather, at the Hamburg office, 650 South Park, in the back, near the recruiting station, near the Taekwondo place, in the same place where, what do they have? They got a Feel Right is somewhere in there.
It's across from McDonald's.
Perfect. South Park across from McDonald's. In the back, though, you got to go in the back. You go. What do you do when you hit that? Do you hit the McDonald's first, get yourself like 65 chicken nuggets, and then go in the? No, you don't do that, do you, Barry?
Now you support your local farmers and you buy produce.
Barry, did anybody listen? Barry, how was the feedback from the farming?
It was amazing. Yeah, the farmers are actually, we're going to self-organize and create a little advocacy and hangout group amongst us. So, starting our own grassroots network with us farmers.
But I got a lot of people were mad at me because there's no way they can enroll for a CSA. So they want, because all those wonderful people are already full up. Can we get a list of other available local places they can get their produce? Because we definitely can. Yeah, because they want to subscribe, and they're like, "Where can we subscribe in our town?" If we can compile a list, I'll share the list.
Mm-hmm. And they can also stop by their local farmers markets too. A lot of these CSA farms also attend the farmers market. So, for example, Nate, there's the Lockport Market by you. That is going to continue on throughout the fall and then hopefully throughout the winter even.
The Lockport Farmers Market.
Yep. Not too far from you.
Lockport Farmers Markets is great. How about the North Tonawanda Farmers Market? It's not in district, but that's a pretty great farmers market.
Yep. And then they have a bunch in the city of Buffalo. They have the East Aurora Farmers Market, which I believe is open on Saturdays as well as Wednesdays.
And then Rochester is that killer. I know it's not in our district, but they have amazing farmers market. What's it called again? Rochester Public Market. Is that what it's called? I think that's the name. You know what I'm talking about?
I've never been there, but it sounds familiar. Geneseo also really has a farmers market.
What's the best farmers market you ever been to?
Unfortunately, it wasn't in New York State.
Where was it? It's okay.
It was when I worked in the farm in North Carolina, they have state-run markets. So they're actually state-funded, which means that it's a lot more accessible to the farmers and that they can bring a lot more vendors in. They have greater capacity. And they also are able to offer SNAP and EBT through the farmers markets. So there were lots of vendors and it was an incredible market, accessible to farmers and low-income folks as well.
I grew up going to the North Tonawanda Farmers Market, which I love. And it's bigger than ever. It's huge. It's huge now. But it's a very beautiful farmers market, and there may be some issues with it I'm not aware of, but I gotta say, if you go there on a summer evening, it's pretty much as close to as the Ithaca farmers market. It's really great. You ever been there?
Yeah, I have been. I love the Ithaca area too. It's beautiful.
Ken, how can we win this election? By the way, I want to say to everybody at home, we absolutely can win. And Ken and Barry, don't fake it. Can we win? You're out there every day.
Yeah, especially if you join us tomorrow for our Weekend of Action event from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
But what are you hearing on the phones? Is it positive? Is it negative? What are you guys hearing all day on the phones and through the texting program? How's the feedback? And by the way, we do this all grassroots. We don't fake it at all. So Ken, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, talking to people on the phone, people are excited to get out there to vote. I think not only to vote for you, but just with obviously everything that's going on, it's pretty hard to not be paying attention to politics in the world right now. So I think that a lot of people want to get out there and are excited for Election Day.
How about you, Barry? What do you think?
Yeah, I was actually during one of our phone banking events the other night, our volunteer events, I talked to this woman who I wish, Nate, you could have talked to, because I think you would have had such a great interaction with her. But she was an undecided voter. She was a veteran who was a single mother who had a child in special education who's seen her child fall through the cracks, and has progressively gotten the less and less attention and resources. And she is working in the school system. She is cobbling together multiple jobs to make ends meet. And we were able to persuade her to vote for you, and she will be voting for you. And I think that it's these voters who are, fit a demographic that could so easily be convinced to vote red, who, because we're reaching out to them and we're taking the time and attention and care to speak with them, are going to vote blue and vote for you. So it's really great to have those calls.
I strongly feel if I was able to talk to every single voter, I felt this way in 2018. And it was a lot. Listen, if you guys really never been outside campaigning with me, what Hunter has and Austin has and Torrin has, there's nothing I like better than retail politics, so-called retail politics. I love shaking people's hands. I love talking to strangers. I love going into a diner and saying hi to every single person in there. And I really believe, I'm going to say 70% of the reason we have support is because we did that for years. Like years. We never stopped doing it. But over the last year, since January, we haven't been able to do it. And it really bothers me. Like I still work for opportunities to do it when I can. But people are first of all, there's not that many crowds anymore. We do go to farmers markets still, but I try to be respectful of people. I did a little bit yesterday in Caledonia. I saw some people in the park, and I went up and I said, I'll keep my distance. Can I say hi? But I really believe if people can talk to me and not just see commercials about me, can you think about this for a second? Over the last 3 years, probably $5 million has been spent to tell the people of Western New York that I negotiated fair trade deals, which I obviously never have. Can you imagine if that $5 million was used to invest in our community, or invest in our farmers markets, or invest in a million other things? It's the process really is broken. Thoughts on that by either one of you?
Yeah, I think that it shows. I think if you follow the trace of money, you see people's values, and I think that your story and what you represent shows that you value hardworking Western New Yorkers, and Western New Yorkers who are like so many of us who aren't born with silver spoons, and that's why it's so important for us to be able to, when you can't be out in the field, that we're doing the work that we are doing in the field with the support of our amazing volunteers. And actually, last Saturday, we had one of our most successful field days that we had since the special election last year. We were able to make about 5,000 contacts, which is pretty incredible. Which, again, the help of our volunteers, our grassroots support, and using something called a dialer, which eliminates calls that
let's not let it go all our secrets out.
Okay.
Thank you. No, we'll put it this way: we're better than we ever were. We're more efficient and professional than we've ever been. Ken, your thoughts about spending millions and millions of dollars on advertisements to attack each other?
Feels like that money could be spent better, for sure. Investing in communities, education.
If I could, I would go to either to Rich Chris Jacobs and say, Chris, you know what? There's got to be a better way to settle this. You're one of the richest people in America. Give that $3 million to Barry and the farmers markets of Western New York, and I will figure out a better way to fight you. We don't need to do this. It's such a colossal waste of money. Give that $3 million to kids who can't afford to have decent computers to be homeschooling right now. I mean, there's a million other causes we could spend that money on. And it just drives me crazy. We spend a lot of money too, but we don't do it to spread lies and hate. I can't believe Chris Jacobs, with all his benefits and all his awards, that he spent so much money on commercials telling people to be fearful of Mexicans. I mean, it's crazy. It's stunning. Ken, what do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, it's disappointing. I mean, I think there are issues at home that matter to a lot of Western New Yorkers: their job, their healthcare, their families.
So let's spice this up. You guys got any questions for me before we end this? Anything you want to share about getting the vote out?
I would just share that if folks are interested in participating in our volunteer efforts, they should go to our volunteer event page. It's mobilize.us/McMurray for Congress. And they can sign up for our online events there where we do phone banking and text banking. And it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of camaraderie with other Nate supporters. And it's a great way to get out the vote for Nate. We'll have our Weekend of Action event tomorrow from 1 to 3 that folks can still register for now. And then we have events on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5:30 to 7:30 as well.
So come out tomorrow, 10 o'clock, Victor, Batavia, Hamburg. Come on out. Ken, any last thoughts?
Yeah.
Sorry to rush you guys. There's a million people texting me at the same time. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What you're saying?
Yeah, just to reiterate what Barry said, if you are unable to do the lit drops tomorrow, we still have a lot of virtual events coming up. That Weekend of Action that Barry has talked about is all virtual tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and we're going to be calling up people and connecting with voters. And it's a great way I know a lot of people who do volunteer with us tell us that it's a great way to get out this frustration that they feel about everything that's happening and get involved and be active.
Thank you to both of you. You're doing a great job. I'm not just saying this because it's the truth. It's the absolute truth. We have the best team we ever have. It's fantastic. You guys are on top of things. You're killing it. I'm very proud of the way you carry yourself and handle yourselves. You made me a better candidate, and you're doing a great job. I got to go take care of some other stuff that's breaking. But before we do that, I want to make sure I give everyone an opportunity to say hello. Jane Moslow, how are you? Christopher, how are you? ALS, how are you? Good to see you on here. Kelly, always good to see you. Polly, when will we see your TV commercial on television? Good question. Hopefully ASAP tonight, I guess. I don't know. It's done. We sent it over to the television stations as far as I'm aware. So you should see it soon. I'm going to post it online as soon as we can. Torrin, you have it? Maybe you can't tell me. Torrin, if you can tell me, text me. Do you have it yet or no? Guess not. But yeah, it's ready. The first we should be airing it soon. Any other questions? Frank, good to see you on there. My parents have definitely been wondering about ads. I try to tell them money disparities. Yeah, guys, let me say that to you. Sometimes it drives me nuts because people are like, how come you're letting him say all this stuff in the television ads? It's the same reason any type of financial disparity exists in our country. He has more money than we do. And it's because he was born with more money than we did. Than I was. He was born to one of the richest families in America. His father was born to one of the richest families in America. It's dynastic wealth. It's wealth that exists for generations, the Jacobs family. There was once upon a time, there was a hardworking family immigrant that came here and made lots and lots of money. God bless them. But it's been generations since, and they're still living off this dynastic wealth because of the estate laws in this country. And You guys should understand. If I could, I'd be saturating the television with advertisements that promoted a positive message. But we have to save our money. Our money comes from you guys. And if you want to donate, go to votemcmurray.com/donate. But we're going to put ads up as soon as possible. I get that you guys want to see them. Trust me, I understand. But we're going to get them back up there soon. But Frank, tell your parents that we're going to have ads on soon. But should I tell people what the ads are? No, we should wait. Any other questions from anybody out there? Last chance. No questions from you, Barry?
Just want to remind folks that the last day that they have to request their absentee ballots, October 27th, and the importance of ensuring that you have a plan to vote and that your loved ones, friends, families, neighbors have a plan to vote and that you follow through with that plan.
Yes. Yes, follow through with your plan. Get your friends to vote. Get every single friend you have to vote, and we'll do it. Okay, thanks, guys. We'll talk again soon. I'm going to go take care of this other stuff that's on my mind. So thank you so much, Ken. Get out there tomorrow, Ken. You're doing a great job. Barry, I'll see you tomorrow in Hamburg.
Thanks, Nate.
Hey, by the way, wait. We haven't canceled. UAW is going to open up Monday for our offices in Lockport, and I hope to see maybe Barry and Ken out there occasionally too. Okay? See you guys soon.
We'll see you.